hold to it and shoot for the sky.
Hello and welcome to the Ring Post Daily Podcast. And I am your new Ring Post Daily Call Your Shot contract winner. We are your host. He is your RPD Ring General Eddie Wade. Or is it Eddie Wade? I'm not sure. He's still wearing a mask. Could be anybody. I mean, there's three
How
El Grande
dare you.
Americanos
Question
apparently.
me. Don't
How-
start.
What if there's three Eddie Wades? Because there's three El Grande Americanos. So it could be. I'm just saying. And also our fellow host Joey Hudson. And today Austin is, to the best of our knowledge, not able to be here with us once again. But we are
The
here
champion's
to give
got some other stuff he was committed to tonight.
Yeah,
so.
but Austin has his RPD contract apparently is the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns schedule. So he'll be back. He'll be back to defend the championship when it's right.
I do like this about Austin. I do like it about Austin. I do, because not only do you not hear him talk much, but he wins the belt and now he's not here much. Like, Austin's a man of not many words, and he came, he collected his title, sayonara, see ya, boom. Like, wow, I like his style.
When he is here, he better beware, because this is, as Seth Rollins would put it, power. All the champions should beware. Because you know what y'all fail to realize is I beat both champions of RPD in one night. In one night, I beat
and an extra
both.
challenger on top of it if you throw me on there. Like, gee,
yeah,
I didn't think of it like that.
I had a 1-point advantage. I didn't even need it. So
I pointed that out. That's true. I pointed that out after, like, the next day after I saw the score. I was like, he won by a landslide. He won by 5 or 6 points. So even if you take the 1 point away, the 4 or 5 points, he wins. You could take 2 points from Ty, and he still beats everyone by a really decent margin number there. So I was like, holy crap, boom. He didn't have to even use it, which could save one of us one of these days. Who knows when we'll do one of them again? Obviously, we will. The time will soon be told. But
yeah, when the time's right.
When the time's right, time's right. But as for right now, Ty cannot hold the 1 point advantage over us, and he wasted it. Like, hey, sometimes it works that way,
it's okay.
But yeah, for that I totally understand. You know, securing yourself in the lead, because, like we said, you had that 1 point advantage, and that seemed to be your good luck charm, because you went in and stayed on top the whole thing. Like, maybe at one point, like, someone was close to catching you. Maybe they even tied with you. But I do believe this whole card, which, even though it was one pay-per-view, this one whole super card 33, I think you, like, I'm not saying undefeated, but, like, you were untouchable on this super card.
It was back and forth. Yeah, it was back and forth until my super
you were untouchable. You were untouchable. I will give you that. I kept falling down the card and saw you climbing. I was like, God dang, like, Ty, chill.
We're going to ignore the fact that I also had to wrestle this weekend.
Oh, my God.
We're going to sweep that under the rug.
No.
I mean,
I heard to be seen again.
I want to give Eddie Wade.
It's fine. It's fine.
No. I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Give Ty's praises. It's okay.
I wasn't there, but I still know what happened. And you're the wrestler, but I heard you and Golden Boy had what they call a grudge match. How did that go down? I know what happened. Let Tyreek and everyone else know what happened in that grudge match.
I'll put it simple. I beat him so bad he couldn't get back in the ring.
Who did you
I
did
figured
you
that's
act?
what
Did you
happened.
get? Did you win by pinfall submission? What happened?
I beat him up, threw him out of the ring, beat him up out there a little bit. Couldn't get back in there. He didn't have enough in him.
So you were declared the
Wow.
winner of the match.
By count out, yes.
Hey,
I told you
Man,
that coward just can't get back into the ring. That's the second match in a row of his
I love it. I love it.
with me that's ended in count out. The first time he dragged me out there and kept him with him. This time I showed that I learned and then I persevere because I'm better.
That's what I like
Now
about
he wants
wrestlers
to
like
challenge me
Eddie.
to
I
a 2
thought
out of
Golden.
3 falls.
Oh, 2 out of 3
I don't-
falls. Wow,
he doesn't
wow.
deserve that.
That means somebody's got to win 2 falls. That has to happen. Now,
I'm not decided on if I'm giving him this match yet.
think about the
I don't think he
time you
deserves
could
it
kick his
personally.
butt
I
for.
don't think so either. I mean,
This
I don't
could
think
be
he
the
deserves
last
it.
butt
Listen.
whooping.
Listen, we interviewed Golden Boy. I thought he was the man and everything, but it's like 2 count outs, something's wrong there. Like, one is like, you get beat up, you're having a bad day, and you couldn't bring it up. But 2 count outs? 2 count outs? That's crazy.
Intensifies
Couldn't get
the
back in the ring.
feud.
And on
Because
top of that,
because
they
just like
make me
everyone
compete
else,
again right after. Yeah.
Battle Royal.
Mike Woody they put Mike, so I was going to take a chair to, I was going to put him away for good. I showed that he's not good enough. I was going to just wipe him out, end him for good, just like I said I was going to on this very podcast. And then Brooklyn Ray and that masked idiot Lennox Kid come out there, and Mike Woody decides he's going to make a tag match on the spot with me and Austin Michaels against those 2 losers. We're not going to talk
That ain't
about
right.
that. That deserves an
justice.
asterisk on it. We're not going to talk about that any further.
Hey.
One of
Talk
my
about it at
pet peeves
SummerSlam.
in wrestling is when guy fights a hard match and then like a bunch of people just come and jump him. Not they putting you in matches after you just fought a hard match. Ain't right.
And then Golden Boy got
Ain't
to go to
right.
the back. And then he comes out later and then I challenged me to 2 out of 3 falls. That's
Now,
okay. PSW
okay,
audience,
so-
I will give you I'll give you a for sure answer, but it's not looking good.
with all this happening right here within like the first few minutes. Okay, so first, I say if we're gonna go around the wrestling roundtable here and discuss a few things, I say we go ahead and take a minute and discuss TSW for a second. People on our page should know about them, but yeah, like this is your feud. Yeah, let's open it up. Eddie Wade has gotten the best of him every time, whether it's a draw or count out. I have been there personally, and there's nights I've not been there. Eddie Wade has taken Golden Boy up to the next notch. The reason Golden Boy is as good as he is because of the experience he's gotten in there with Eddie Wade. And Eddie Wade's out here teaching him every night the right things to do, and he can't get it done against Eddie Wade. I mean, this ain't like where the student comes back and tops the teacher. Bro, you're getting a free lesson in there by Eddie Wade. Like, take it. But I do think a 2 out of 3 falls match wouldn't be bad, because this could be your final nail in the coffin to shut this golden turd up. And trust me, we're clipping this so he sees it. But you're going to shut the golden turd up, and you could beat him not once, but twice. And you get paid to go out there and beat up on him and beat him twice in one night. I'm not saying it's as big as Jericho winning against Rock and Austin in the same night, but to be the first and only one to beat Golden Boy twice in one night.
Twice.
No one can say that. No one can say that in TSW or wrestling right now. So to have that over his head and everybody else's, I think it'd be a good idea. And I hope I could be there to see that match so I could raise my wrestler's hand, Eddie Wade, at the end of the match, because he's that good. And Golden Boy, if you're watching, if you see the clip, take the lessons that this man has learned, because he's become a multi-time tag team champion. He's one of the most valued members there is in the Brotherhood. You've seen members come and go. Eddie has stayed since he's been in there. They've not even hinted to kicking him out like they did all the other people I can't even remember the names of. I mean, Eddie Wade's a wrestler. He's a podcaster. He's an entertainer and a wrestler. And he is, I mean, Golden Boy sounds like a big name. Golden Boy has nothing on this guy. And if he does take the 2 out of 3 falls match, I guarantee by the end of it, he's gonna wish I didn't take Eddie on, not once, but twice tonight. But that's how good
Yes,
Eddie Wade is.
I'm Joey. Eddie, you are my tribal chief. You are my tribal chief.
He's
I
my
love you, my
wrestler.
tribal chief.
He's my wrestler. He's my
So
guy.
this is the kind of support that I need. This is lovely. Thank you for the kind words.
Thank you for letting me manage you and have the opportunity to say these nice words.
Oh well. Speaking of SummerSlam,
Oh,
so
Hey, did
this past
is
weekend,
what I talked about not wrestling related?
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I like the lead. I said we talk RPD stuff, and TSW is definitely RPD stuff for sure.
Yeah, they're our family, they're our sponsor. Why not? But
What's
it's Eddie
also
Wade all of a sudden,
RPD
too.
stuff is of course another great super card of ours, and this is like one of the first ones we're doing back when we're doing ones, and I think it worked well because it had 2 nights because we had the night the 1 point advantage one for Night of Champions, but how'd y'all feel about the show overall? Like going outside of who won, who lost, who predicted what didn't work out, what did work out. As a fan, anything like a part of the show. You don't have to go in order or anything. Whatever's on your mind. What did you guys enjoy about the show?
Cena Cody, simple as that. Cena Cody, Rollins cashing in.
You didn't like that?
No, stuff I did like.
Oh, stuff. I was gonna say, God dang, bro, that was like pretty good part of the show.
I mean, Cena Cody, like, let's start by the entrances. It's like both entrances were amazing with freaking, the ring out. You hear Dusty's voice in the beginning of Cody Rhodes' entrance, which just brings chills to the match itself. And let's talk about John Cena's entrance. The one we haven't seen since probably Elimination Chamber. Yeah, Eliminate or Royal Rumble, one of those.
Chamber, I believe, probably.
I legit thought he was trolling again. And that screen went black. And but as soon as pop it up, hit, and you hear that pop. I told you guys in the chat.
Yeah.
It sounded like a different pop. It sounded like just the pop when he came, his music started, when the Titantron came on, his run down to the ring, the holding up of the title, all of that. You heard that same different type of pop that just, it almost seemed like the entire crowd was screaming, yeah, almost. Like that's what it almost sounded like to me. But I already said his best entrance, man.
Yeah.
Also, Joey, babyface Cena is back, and your hero is like finally.
See, this is the Cena. This is the Cena I wanted all along. But I mean, I guess the only thing that really breaks my heart is like they did the heel turn. It's there forever, and it really didn't amount to a whole lot. I think we're gonna get more out of the next few months until the end.
Blame The Rock. I blame The Rock.
Yeah, I blame The Rock and from what I understand, Travis Scott. I blame them both because from what I heard, Travis Scott didn't want to do any of the plans. Nothing was good enough for him. The Rock just doesn't show up. Ain't
The Rock
there?
has his own riding team, bro.
So I'm tired of these celebs, man. It's like the Rock at the end of the day, as much as he's a wrestler first, he's also a celeb.
This is why I've said over the years, I hate The Rock. I do. As a kid growing up, wrestler Rock, who was on my TV every week, loved him. Loved him. Childhood icon. But
See,
The Rock
I was
today,
after the Attitude Era. So I've never been a fan of The Rock.
One fucking movie one fucking movie, and it's like prima donna Rock now. Like ever since he came back in 2000, like I think 11 or 12, hosted WrestleMania 27. When he came back, I was just like, but this isn't forever. Like, no, like this ain't gonna be forever. And I've just never, like, I get it's hard to say that and not contradict myself over John Cena being the same way. But
he's not sitting here just acting like he's straight up telling you, "Hey, I'm done after December."
Yeah.
I respect Cena too for easing into it, because eventually you would see, like, he at one time he did that and wrestling, so he didn't even take a break. So we still got movie and characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we're wrestling too. Then when he took a little bit of a step back, yeah, you saw him wrestle less, but you knew every WrestleMania. You knew at some point Cena wrestles once a year. He's gonna be there. You knew at one point you would see him.
Yeah.
But The Rock, it's like, it's different because it's like you don't know when The Rock's showing up, and that's cool. I trust me. I will watch The Rock segment full on YouTube and everything. I will watch the segment, yes. But the way The Rock is, and it's just like never around, and now it's really starting to show, because he was like, he sold his soul to The Rock, and then The Rock disappears.
Yeah, and
I was kind
then he like it became about the fans. And I get that, but also it's like, first we're like, wait, but you were just with the Rock. And not only that, I think, a lot of what you said, Joey, is that, people, I think people will be having that issue with the Rock, was the fact that he didn't stay. Because, could you imagine if Rock didn't leave to Hollywood and just stuck with WWE? Like those years he was gone.
He wouldn't be a 7-time champion right now. He'd be like,
no, he'd be
13,
closing in on
14
Cena's
time.
level. Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's like nowadays, it's like, of course, since, Bad Blood, he kind of, I'll usually pop when I hear his music, but it's also kind of like,
exactly.
what is he gonna do? Like, what's he gonna do now? Or is it even gonna be good? Or how long is it even gonna last?
Well, just him being involved in the Cena thing and then never showing up and being involved again. I mean, like, dude, total mood killer. I was kind of hoping to see The Rock back in more of a prominent role, maybe even via satellite roles, promos, showing up on big pay-per-views like SummerSlam and Mania. No, he doesn't show up at either one, and them are the biggest shows of the year, especially, since this WrestleMania was like so big in Las Vegas, they're going back.
Yeah, I don't mind the here
On top of the first ever
like you
2-night
said,
SummerSlam.
the here and there schedule, I probably don't mind because I know he's The Rock. But also he shows up, starts something, and then doesn't finish. Like I said, it's like he just left and we were just confused. It's like I wish he at least would have, like, I wouldn't have probably be feeling this way if he would at least came back to finish, the storyline that was going on the show for however long, because it was pitched as the biggest fucking storyline going on. It just was. And, we're all just sitting here confused, like, what, like, why is this happening?
They turned Cena to, like, how is that not the biggest story in wrestling?
Like, dude, they missed the opportunity at
Too
SummerSlam.
good for it. No, that's.
You're right, Joey. They could have wrapped it. They could have wrapped it all up, or even if they
could have continued it. They could have had The Rock come out and cost Cody and have Cena go on for another couple months. Like, that's what I wanted to see. I legit even told you guys I think The Rock's coming back, because I thought Cena was acting like, Cody, you changed me. You made me realize, just to go out there and ball kick number 2. Cody didn't learn his lesson. The Rock comes back and helps. And we didn't get none of that. Now, was I happy to see my hero back in hero form? Sure. Yeah. But after coming off such a lackluster heel turn, and don't get me wrong, I guess it did set up some pretty good matches with Orton, Rhodes at Mania, everything. CM Punk. So many great matches. I think a lot of great matches did come from it, because usually Cena against Orton or Punk or someone, he's the good guy. Now you got to see in an alternate universe where, like, Randy Orton's the good guy and Cena's the bad guy. and you get to see for at least one night how that is going to pan out.
That
But
dynamic.
it did have good matches. I'm just saying, like, the ending to it fell flat. I'm glad to
Yeah,
see him back as a
and
hero, but
also
not this way.
the way it like played out. I mean, think about it. Like he made the entrance in, the dark screen and everything, and was still technically a heel on SmackDown. Then immediately turned babyface. I wish they would have leaned, like we've seen him on pay-per-views, like lean into it, like maybe almost make babyface choices, but then he's just back to a heel again. So I wish they would have eased into his babyface turn. Like maybe because I'm sure you guys had this thought, because it happened so quick, you're probably on Friday like, is he fucking with us? Like, is he really like turning
Right.
babyface, or is he gonna give us some music? And the fact that he he did turn babyface on SmackDown because he didn't turn back. He wasn't fucking with it. But it happened so fucking quick. That's why I was just like, I don't know. I wish they would have eased into it and maybe even had a chance where allowing the fans to get him to get back almost.
Yeah.
I like that. I think the psychology they were going for is that, like, I had it in my head, but the words aren't coming to me. But like, I guess Cena is like he's tired of putting up the charade. Like he
Yeah.
never, because like
Charade.
the way because of the promo like made me think, okay, so The Rock convinced him to do it for good TV, then didn't show up. He tried to ride
And
it
yeah,
out,
Rock, he almost felt
and
like he was like,
Cody,
oh, I was manipulated or something like that.
like, and
Buying
he's
The
like,
Rock
and
to be
and that kind of still fits with his character, being like, okay, this is still what me to do, but then I guess his Cody doing that to him was like kind of kicked, like, okay, I can't just keep doing this because I was asked to do it. I have, if I want to have a chance at retaining my title and
Mhm.
leaving with it, then I'm gonna have to be the best version of himself.
Yeah.
And
But
then he was
still, it was
also a
like,
bit relieved, but it was super quick. I do agree with what you're saying. I just think that's what that kind of, maybe the writer's perspective, but
Hmm.
but it was a weird face turn because he didn't. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was watching SmackDown when it happened. I don't recall Cena saying to that kid in Belgium, to the whole world, oh, I'm sorry. He never said
he
he
didn't.
apologized. I don't think he apologized during it. I think he said he blamed The Rock. Yeah. Oh, The Rock's the reason I did it. Oh, but Cody's the reason I'm safe. Okay. But where does Cody's saving you? The Rock's stealing you. Where does Cena take accountability for his own actions here? When does Cena say, I'm sorry,
Technical
guys. I
difficulties are
was a
right.
pure dick?
He'll be bad. But see, that's the thing. It's like the fact that, I'm, part of me is not, I just wish it was executed better. Part of me is not mad that is not mad that he turned heel at all, because it's one of those biggest what ifs that, the fact that we got the moment of him turning heel, was great and everything, but
A shock, I will give you that. I
something,
didn't like it.
literally something but when he came to SummerSlam with the music, with everything, like just something felt right. It just did. And it's like, makes you think, like, yes, as big of a moment that was the heel turn, and it's like, it would have been a what if if it didn't happen. Also makes you think he probably could have just, with that babyface versus babyface match at a SummerSlam, that could have easily made event Mania and be just as great. And it's like and be better than what we got in the main event of Mania this past year.
So now that it looks like we're done with Cena and Cody, which match did you like better? The WrestleMania main event or SummerSlam? Because I
Oh,
personally
SummerSlam for
think
sure.
SummerSlam for sure.
I mean,
I think
there's
we're
so
Barn
many
and
memorable
burner.
on that.
things. There's so many memorable things that you remember about them, where you can barely remember a few things about the first one. It's like when Cena throwing the steps at Cody outside the ring. Like, holy shit. Like, literally me and my brother said the same. Like, holy shit, that going on. You know,
At
The
one point, I
AA
didn't think he was going to get him
through
up
the
because I know he can't do a lot of the workout stuff he used to do no
Yeah.
more. So I was like, oh my God, is he going to be able to to
That's
launch
what
these
I
at
was
Cody?
saying. It was like one of Cena's greatest matches. And it's like um the AA onto the announce table. The super finishers being executed where, Cena got hit with 3 crossroads, still kicked out. Cody, both times I thought it was over with both of them. But AA, Avalanche, AA. I'm just like, it's done. This should be over. Like, and
Yeah.
then super. It's just like it was just like seeing Super Cody and Super Cena fucking go at it.
You know what's funny? Our next Friday video is because I remember we've done one about wrestlers that's held the WWE title only once. Well, that's gonna be in the next week or so, the next Friday video. And when it was getting put together, Cody Rhodes' name was on it because he was a one-time champ. But then when he was going into SummerSlam, the list had to be changed solely for the fact that they're put together weeks in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And so they picked another one-time WWE champion for the video. But Cody was actually meant to be a slot on that video. But because they couldn't promise that Cody was still going to be a one-time champion by that video, and it makes sense, he was swapped out for it. But that's how wrestling affects us, because Cody could have been on one of our lists, and that changed because of the possibility of him becoming now a 2-time WWE champion. And now that he is, it's like if the video would have got posted the way it was originally written out and made, then it would be like people could comment on it and say, "No, bro, he's champion now in second reign." Obvious stuff. And but yeah, it affected our list because Cody was in it. The possibility was like, well, we'll take him out. If he doesn't, I guess we could put him back. But him winning.
What if somebody goes to RPD years upon and be like, wait, he wasn't just one time, he's been 2-time champion. Better
Bro,
fix it now than before or
bro,
later on.
I've actually gone in incognito on YouTube, and I've looked at some of the comments on the Friday videos that RPD puts together, and some people are like the biggest smart asses ever, because one guy goes, that's not right, and that's a top 10 list. I'm like, so I got on this other
Right?
account.
It's like so
Not
my
on the
opinion's
RPD
wrong.
account, not on the RPD account, but on another account, I go, well, what's wrong, bro? I'm pretty sure that they as an RPD look up their facts. I don't take credit for the videos. No one does here. It's RPD. So I commented and I was like, I'm pretty sure RPD does their research before putting these videos together. And me being, I guess, a supporting role in that, me being the wrestling encyclopedia and nerd and master analyst that I am, bruh, I know my wrestling. My knowledge that I give to these videos, yeah. And there's only been a couple occasions where someone's been like, that ain't right, or you're wrong, and it's like, prove it. And I'll sit there like once a week and be like, what's wrong? A week later, you there? Explain yourself. Like I'll go. Never gets back to me, but bro, I've gotten not into it, but I guess I see so many smart asses online in them comments have nothing better to do.
There's a lot of smart asses in wrestling.
Someone told me on there, someone told me on there, or said,
is horrible.
Someone commented on it, and they said AI voiceovers are so lame and lazy. Well, I comment back on it. I'm like, bro, that's the future nowadays. I was like, why would anybody want to read out a script when they can type it and have someone more professional sounding do it for them? Like, bro, AI is the future. That's what commercials and movies and shows are going to be.
Content. Like we make.
Tell me your favorite TV show right now
too.
ain't made with AI somehow.
Right.
Even
But
wrestling's got to
I
have some
think
AI somewhere.
another match we of course all wanted to talk about. Well, I kind of want to do this because both moments were so great. Let's talk about CM Punk versus Gunther in the main event, and then we'll go into what happened in the aftermath and Seth Rollins cashing in. How'd y'all feel about the match? Does anybody want to go first?
You guys are
Oh,
good.
don't all jump out at once. But
Oh, I was just being
me,
polite.
I liked
Yeah.
the one thing I liked about both main events is the somewhat simplicity of them, whereas which Gunter just dominated Punk throughout, majority of that match, 80, 90% of that match. And it wasn't, like he was doing too much, like putting him through the announce table or stuff like that. He was just chopping him and literally just mauling him and hitting power bombs on him. And, it's just like, as Punk's, fighting, you're looking for a glimmer of hope. And the hope came in when he bled. Like I thought that was great. And the fact that, they played off the fact that Gunter reacting to how he bled was like his mistake that he made that ultimately cost him the title. Or, he was pandering to the crowd. He was pandering to the crowd and, not paying attention to Punk. And that's when he slipped him up and he, ended up getting busted open. Then just the two go to sleeps. I thought that was the best like sell ever. Him just sitting there waiting to go to sleep twice. And what's crazy is that I didn't realize how much I wanted like CM Punk to win the championship until like he actually did it. It was just like just seeing that moment was just like, oh, because I really wasn't thinking he was gonna win. I didn't think it wasn't the time, as you guys know. But that's how I kind of felt about it. Like, and then of course I understand people who've been fans of CM Punk their whole life had that exact same feeling as well. And then of course what happened happened. But that's my opinions on the match overall, I guess.
Dude, screw CM Punk. I don't like the guy, and I wish he wouldn't have won. Uh, no, screw him, bro. Like for real. Like, dude, I don't care. Like back when he quit, the guy, and like we've done this 1,000 times, but back in the day, he was my like summer of Punk and all that, bro. That 400 and I think 439-day title reign, bro.
Yeah,
That
something like
shit.
that.
Yeah, like maybe 452 sounds more right. Around that nature, though. It was nowhere. Let me put it this way: it was below 460, but above 425, but above 430. It was in between that range. But anyways, CM Punk back then was my guy, and then he walked out. I understand he was hurt, a lot of other things, blah blah blah. I get it. I've heard it, but he walked out on us. And how do you think it felt to tune in on Raw, not see him there? It's like, oh, what the fuck happened? And now you're getting all these spoiler alerts during Raw, like Punk walks out, goes home. Then all these years, bad blood and all that. Bro, he crapped on WWE. He didn't care if WWE died or not. He was out there trying to kill him. And I'm kind of with Seth Rollins on this. Like, bro, fuck him.
I was about to say,
Like,
you sound like the visionary.
like screw him, bro. Like I don't like. I can't. I will never forgive him for walking out on his fans and me being one of them.
I
And
aspire to be the level of
Oh,
hater
you're
that Seth
hurt.
Rollins
Yeah, I
is.
was about to say you're hurt. You're
no,
just
I was, but now it's just like, bro. I was, but now it's just like, bro, f you. Like I don't care if he goes in the Hall of Fame. I don't care if he wins the title. I don't care. He's not one of my guys no more. He ruined that. But the match itself was pretty dang good. I'll give him that. I did enjoy it. I think it went on for like 30 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. And it was a hell of a match. I'll give it to him. But the only saving grace I got from Punk winning that title was getting that cash in. And to all you CM Punk fans, I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, this is what I paid to see. And it actually worked out for SummerSlam because SummerSlam night one had great matches and it had that one moment that made it like a SummerSlam moment. Then night 2, all these great matches, but the main moment, well, the other main moments is like Cody beating Cena, Cena turning face, a return of a Brock Lesnar. I mean, like,
Yeah, we'll,
bro,
we'll talk about that next
SummerSlam
week.
night 2 hit kind of hard, but night 1 had its moments too. And I do appreciate WWE dividing the excitement and the moments in the 2 nights, because it ain't like you watched night 1 and was like, dude, that was crap. Night 2 better be better. And then you watch night 2 and you're like, bro, that's what SummerSlam is. Like, they made it where you didn't want to miss a single night. And if you watched it, like, you're glad you didn't. But I really did appreciate how they put that show together, and both nights were awesome.
I've got a little thing something I could cash in. Eddie Wade
Yeah.
has something he could cash in. So I want to know, what did you think about Seth Rollins' cash in, Eddie Wade?
I loved it. I mean,
I love a good heel.
with Seth Rollins, I mean, no hate to the guy, but with his knees, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
true.
mean, I
But
feel
in
like
wrestling, you never know
I
in
did
general.
not get to watch live because I was on the way back from my wrestling show. But once I seen the clip, I feel like if I was watching live, I would have known from the look on Punk's face as soon as that music hit. The same look that Michael Cole gave Pat McAfee, that Mark Henry gave when the Shields music hit. He was cooked. He knew he was dead to rights. Cena when Brock's music hit.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's a joke.
They knew
The
they were
whole
what did you
ass.
thing.
do?
It's like because we shared brief comments about this like during our prediction episode and maybe even a couple of times before. Because of who Seth is, and because it's just like anybody else usually, we would have been like, oh man, they're injured, they're off the shelf, and we would have like forgotten about it. But the fact that it was Seth in his position, the fact that he had the money in the bank, the fact that he just the way it all went down, and just something felt weird about his injury. And when I tell you, when I heard his music, I popped super loud. Then I was almost pissed because the swerve, man, him turning around, I was like, I was looking at my brother. Is this not a cash in? Is this just a reminder? But yeah, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my brother. I'm like, I'm cheering already, and I'm like, wait a second, is he seriously? And Cole and Wade are all like putting it over that this is just a reminder, that it's all just a reminder saying, hey, I'm injured still, but when I come back,
Yeah,
I
I
still
thought
have
that
till
too.
June
Like,
to
I
get.
thought it was an angle.
I legit thought it was that too, and I was about to be pissed because I was like, man, when I heard his music, I thought he was about to fucking cash in, but he's just teasing. I was like, fuck, fuck, fuck. And then
Dude, there were
bro,
videos. There were videos of him walking his kid to school in crutches.
yes.
Like
I just love how it's
the
done.
last time I remember like someone committing that much to it is like there was an ECW event back in the 90s where like the Sandman got burnt with fire and was blinded. And in order to commit to
I
that
remember
gimmick,
that kind of. Yeah.
he didn't go and associate with people. He never left his house
Stayed in
for
the
months on
house.
end. He made his wife and everyone do everything. I mean, you never saw him because you thought he was at home blind. And then he showed up at months and months later at a show or whatever, and it was huge. But he committed to it so much that no one could doubt it because he played the part, and that was what,
And
dude. That
I don't
when
care.
Punk when he dropped the crutches and went like this and took off the glasses, like, bro, I was like, oh god, like, dude, this is
Yes,
awesome.
yes,
Like, dude,
yes.
this is like I know we call him so many things, Beast Slayer, Architect, and stuff, but this is the first time in a long time that we've seen why they call him the Architect. For
Like,
real. This is
it's
architecture
just
at its
also
finest.
it's just what that moment meant of dropping the crutches. Because first of all, I think I mentioned this in the chat. As happy as I was, he was about to become champ, because that's kind of what it meant when he put it down. I was more happy that my guy Seth Rollins was not injured. The fact that he wasn't, I was just popping so loud because I would, even if he didn't cash in, just to know he wasn't injured and he could still go week to week, and it was all a ruse, and he was all just fucking with us because he did interviews, on the what's his name, Rich Eisen something
I've
show.
seen
He, yeah, he
something like
did that
that. Yeah, I've
interview,
seen
Yep.
an interview for
but
sure.
but I think
Yeah,
the
me
only
too.
thing, like, I actually, was just set on, if I was like, if nothing happens at SummerSlam, then it's like it's real, and it's just a real injury and everything, and I believed it.
Me
As much
too.
as smart
The
Marks like,
world did.
as much as smart Marks like to say, oh, seen it coming or whatever, it's like you don't really know what until it happens. And not only that, my only inch of like a suspicion, I guess, was just how much they were talking about it on Raw. Like, Paul kept talking about how he was going to be out for a while. I was like, I feel like he's doing that a little too much. Something's up, and I thought that's what I still believed it, but I just thought something was weird about it. I was like, maybe, like, I don't know, maybe it was just something random, so I kind of ignored it. But I was just, that's the only time I had speculation about his injury. Usually was
Dude,
because, yeah,
the reports
Paul
and
was talking
everything
in that.
said he was going to be out for like I don't know. They like it said like he was supposed to be out for like 8 to 9 months, but in reality he was going to be back in like 3 or 5 months. But WWE wanted to put out there it's going to be longer, so that way when he returns like 7 months earlier, it's like holy shit. But but they had that out there like for real in the news stories and everything. Rollins was seriously now. I, the master analyst, know something that you don't know. Austin is only champion because of the angle. Because that Saturday night main event, my guy Rollins lost. The only reason he lost is because he was too injured, took them one move, roll up, hurry up, I'm hurt,
Injured, yeah.
and got out of the match. If Rollins would have won, I think me and Austin would have tied. And due to a tie, Tyreek would have been champion still. So, because of the angle and where it started a Saturday night main event, that is what truly, in the end, it's like, oh, by 1 point. Yeah, by 1 point. I think I was 1 point under Austin. He had like 25, and me and Tyreek had like 24, something like that. So if I would have had that Rollins win and we tied, you be champion right now. And you may be champion and Mr. Call Your Shot right now. But the angle, I thought that through was like boom, like major card ball buster. Like it hit me hard because I mean, like, yeah, I guess I could have tied, but I still wouldn't have won shit. But damn, Rollins. I just thought that was a neat fact in the card. I was like, bruh.
I'm sorry. Like, Seth's been like on the sidelines for so long now. And he's always been in the main event. We've always known that. But he's always talked about how he's never been pushed as the guy, and he's always wanted that, and how he wanted to prove that he'd be able to do it. And the fact that, so with that being in motion, something about just seeing all the CM Punk fans just drain their face away, just their soul leaving their body, and just Seth, like, realizing, oh man, Seth's gonna miss SummerSlam. He didn't even have a match at SummerSlam last year. He was the ref, and I'm like, he's gonna miss again. Like, fuck, why does that have to happen to Seth? And then he's like, nope, that man took the main event. He didn't have to be in the main. Bro took the main event. He's like, nope, this is my title. And yeah,
You know
Seth
one thing
took the
that
run.
you know one thing I did not like about SummerSlam, and it's just a minor thing. Someone might not even think about it other than me, a wrestling nerd. I heard that Cody Rhodes was possibly going to be paying tribute to Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam, and I was like, bro, if they bring out Cody in red and yellow Hulk colors with his stuff, with like Cody's stuff on it, you always get the red, white, and blue and all that. I was like, bro, we're gonna get a sick red and yellow Cody for SummerSlam, and we didn't. And I was just like, I don't expect Cena to do anything. I guess if they really wanted to dedicate it to him, or Cena could have been like, losing the legend Hulk Hogan has made me realize that I need to start taking my vitamins, saying my prayers, and being the John Cena that I am. But he didn't do that. And I was like, bro, they could have honestly been like, we're gonna dedicate this to the Hulk. But like, I think Cena could have used that to turn babyface too. Is it cheap is it cheap on a not so long ago death? Yeah, but I think Hulk Hogan would appreciate it. So that's one thing I was disappointed about SummerSlam is no Cody Rhodes red and yellow colors. I was really looking forward to it. That might be one action figure that I would actually buy.
Do you guys have any other thoughts about Seth Rollins? And also, if you do, then you could share them pretty soon here. But after that, I'm gonna ask you guys if there's any other matches.
I didn't hear what you said. I think it. Can you hear me, Eddie?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I think Ty, you're muted. No hero. We can't hear you.
And now I'm having technical issues. Hold on.
Do you guys have any other thoughts on Seth Rollins cash in? If not, we'll lead into the final. The final thing we'll talk about, which is Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
But I was going to also ask you guys before Brock Lesnar, is there any other matches you'd want to talk about? So first things first, any other thoughts on Seth Rollins?
You got any thoughts, Eddie?
Okay. What about any other matches? Any other matches on the card before we talk about?
I do. Well,
the final thing.
I do want to say, like, I for anyone that doesn't like the Rollins thing, like, bro, it's not about the winning. Like, you got to think who's going to be the guy to take it off Rollins now. Will it be a Jey Uso, someone who's been champion, or will this? My honest opinion, I would love to see someone like Sami Zayn go to the Rumble, pull it off, win at Mania, and beat Rollins for that title. It's not all about
that too, but Joey, I'm sorry, it's probably going to be Punk. That this is probably what they're wanting to go with for a while now. That's literally the reason I chose Seth Rollins to win the Money in the Bank, because I envisioned Punk chasing Rollins for that title, and the fact that they gave you the moment of Punk winning and took it away from you, and all these Punk fans and whoever else like saw that moment and enjoyed it wants Punk to be the one to beat Seth Rollins. I'll just say that. But we could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I just sense that.
Shit changes. But that would be my pick. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think Seth's a great guy to have the belt on. He's a great worker, shows up every week. But yeah, I think it's not just about him winning it. Like, enjoy the title defenses. I mean, one night after he won it, and he's defending against LA Knight, he's already got a defense under his belt. I mean, right now, in his from SummerSlam night to Raw, which, in between is Sunday, SummerSlam night 2 was Sunday, but minus that, 48 hours in between, and he's already not only cashed in a Money in the Bank briefcase, not only has he returned from quote unquote injury, but now he's became world champion once again, cashed in the Money in the Bank. And then the next night defends it against LA Knight. Like, bruh, he had a pretty busy weekend. But that he's done all that in his short reign already. Like, bruh, it's not all about who wins it. It's about the end. Who's gonna take it from him? I don't know, but that's when you can judge a reign, I think.
That's a good point. Because I just sense this is gonna be I just fucking love the build up until this really was what Seth wanted to accomplish, was the power behind that title. And it's like, you think about all the enemies he's created over the past few months,
turning on his
those
own
are all
shield,
title
bro.
defenses. Those are all world title matches. And I'm just excited to see it. And the fact I could all just see it now how they set it up to where they created all these enemies. And now that Seth has the title, everybody's going to be gunning for him and they're going to be wanting a match. That's why I sense he's going to be holding it for a while. And I see it, at least WrestleMania, in my opinion. With I could say that for Seth and Cody, but I don't know. But
Now,
definitely
well,
Seth.
we'll see with Gunther too being, I think, what WWE keeps saying, he's been champion for 80% of his WWE career. And that's all the way back from like NXT UK titles, NXT titles, and Intercontinental World titles. So Gunther has been champion like 80 to 85% of his WWE career. Now that he seems to be done with the world title right now, and Money in the Bank's not an option for a while, and Rumble's far off, if he's not going to be in the world or intercontinental title, what do you guys think is next for him? Like, if he's going to have just a normal feud, I think WWE realizes, like, hey, he's been champion most of his career. We want to go with that. We want to keep that a thing. Where does he
I
go?
know the normal feud. A big ass country boy who just came back in the main event of SummerSlam.
But he's got Cena next, obviously.
I know,
So
and we'll see what Gunter does. But I think
the Pat McAfee thing was a
with
cute
someone
little
who's such
mini
a great
feud, but
with someone who's just such a great champion, I always sense when they lose it, they're going to be elevated in a different way. I think Gunter is going to start facing bigger name opponents like Brock Lesnar and like the CM Punks, the Roman Reigns, the Seth Rollins, whatever of the realm who are established, and it will make him better whether he beats them or not. And so I think that's where he goes from here. And of course, eventually there will be a time where he chases after the titles, and but it's like not. Man, Gunter after like this past match, like even though he lost, he's so fucking good. Like I don't know how to explain. Like he's just different, and he's we've all heard this before. It's like he's a wrestler who could have gone in any time frame.
Funny thing about CM Punk's title reign, it was longer than his UFC fight, but only by a minute and like 40 seconds long. I think his like UFC fight, he only had two of them, and like the shortest one, his first one, was like either 2 minutes and 28 seconds or 2 minutes and 32 seconds. One of those two numbers. And his WWE World Title reign at SummerSlam was 4 minutes. So he literally lasted 1 minute and 40. Give it a minute and 45 to be safe. A minute and 45 seconds. Longer
Drew
than a
held that
UFC
title
fight.
longer.
Like, bro, I love it. I saw videos of people leaving the event singing Rollins' theme song and CM Punk fans on the elevator and stuff getting mad.
I seen it.
Bro, that's what wrestling's
Hilarious.
about. Now, did y'all see the video of the two women fighting and pulling hair in the audience?
No.
I think I scrolled past it. There. Yeah, there was some kind of fight or whatever.
Yeah, two girls got into it, and then another girl come behind one of them and grabbed her by the hair. Charity got there pretty quick, I guess.
You ain't in the ring. You ain't paid to do that. Like you're not the professional. They're the professional.
I mean, they could have been drunk. They could have been really like legitimately like pissing each other off. Who knows?
Maybe
that's
one
why
of them
when
like
I go to
CM
WWE
Punk,
events,
one of them like Seth Rollins, and they're just fighting.
Did you know? Did you know? That's why if I go to a WWE event, whether I'm going with somebody or not, I buy 2 tickets for myself. If I'm going and saying like, hey Eddie, Raw's coming to Corbin, you want to go with me? If I bought Eddie and me's ticket, I would buy a 3rd seat because I don't like sitting next to people. So unless you're with me and I'm in between 2 people I know, I will not sit next to a stranger. So WWE still gets the ticket money. The arena gets everything, their fees, what the fuck ever. But double if someone says like, hey, I'm sitting there, bro, I got that, just like you don't sit here. Like no, you're not. Like that I buy tickets, 2 tickets for myself though, because I don't want to sit next to strangers. That's me at a WWE event. So when WWE gets me and their tickets, they're getting double from me.
So like if it was shout out, we'd have to throw you in the middle.
If I'm between
So
like
if
you and Ty, I'm fine. If I'm between two strangers, if I'm in next to a stranger, bro, no, I'm buying that ticket somehow. It can't be like WrestleMania and a $10,000 ticket. Fuck that. But if it's like a live event or a Monday Night Raw, and it's like, dude, for like 60 more bucks, I could have that seat next to me. Fuck it. Like I'm gonna milk it. I'm gonna eat ramen noodles for the next fucking week and a half, and I'm gonna get that extra seat. Like, but yeah, that's me at WWE events, bro. Unless you're with me, you ain't next to me.
Shout out
so
to
you're
the
contributing to
TLC.
TKO. You're
Do
contributing to
what?
TKO's ticket prices.
Hey, that seat comes in handy when you're like me. Dude, if there's a, I should have called Guinness World Records. I'll give you guys a chance to guess. I took a certain number of wrestling signs to a WWE event. How
I think you
much?
told this. I
How
don't
much do you
remember
think
what.
I took?
I can't remember what you said, but I definitely remember you saying it because they were all like clipped together
What do you
somehow.
think?
I think you said something like 52 or
It
56.
was 52. Yeah, they were on shower
Yeah, and
rings,
it was for
back
and it was
and
for
forth.
it
The
was for
security
every
guard
wrestler
even
on the show, right?
the, what?
It was for every wrestler on the show, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Anyone that was advertised for it got a sign. People I thought would be there, sign. But um, but yeah, I took them on shower ring curtains and back and forth. And when the security
You were
guard had to
showing
check
up.
them all, and she's like, and like it was like shower rings, and then I taped it off to where they wouldn't fall off the ring. And she's like, "This is a pretty neat idea, not gonna lie." And I was like, "I know, thanks." And as we're waiting in line to do this, and they gotta check to make sure it's TV friendly because this was a Raw or some a Raw. They're like, my brother's like, "Bro, they're gonna hate the people behind us. Gonna fucking hate us." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "You have 52 sons." He's like, "They have to check and make sure these are TV friendly." He's like, "They can't be AEW shit." He's like, and when they have to go and flip 25 signs and turn it around and do it again, he's like, "Bro, the people behind us are outside." It's like December or January, by the way. They're like, "Bro, they're gonna Cincinnati." They're like, "Bro, people's gonna be pissed. Like, people gonna be pissed that they're waiting an extra 20 minutes because they gotta check your signs." Dude, if I would have got a hold of Guinness World Record book, bro, I guarantee you I could have got the record for most
Probably.
of
You
signs
probably
taken to
would
an
have.
event. Bet you could, because if anyone can name anyone that's taken more than 52 signs to a wrestling event, you let us know, because that sounds like a mega WWE fan that would like to follow this channel. So yeah, shoot him our way if there's a fan that's taken over 52 signs. But that's me, bro. I did that.
Mm. Shout
Enzo
out
Amore, the New
to
Day,
the
everybody.
shout out to the TLC match, just because that Spanish Fly
Shout out
and
Candice
Candice.
LeRae.
I was just about to say Candice
Shout out
LeRae.
Candice LeRae.
A trooper.
Man,
Took
like
one for the
talk
team,
about
literally.
there. There was a lot. There was a lot in that match where I just jaws on the floor. And there's I told him, my brother, how that was, one of my favorite matches of the night, because of just the basic rewatchability. It's like that's just a match you want to rewatch over and over because of all the stuff that goes on into it. And because it's just one of those chaotic matches. So I just wanted to shout that out, because both those moments, especially that Spanish Fly,
Yeah, while I was
man,
watching that match,
I
my
didn't think that
brothers
was gonna
texted
work.
our group chat and said, "Bruh, she dead."
Bro, I think I don't know how old their kid is. Maybe 4 or something. I don't know. But could you imagine being their kid at home watching this, and you see
Mommy.
mom go through a ladder and dad go through a table, and at that age you're like, "Dude, my parents are dead." Like, what'd you do over the weekend, Billy? Well, I watched both my parents die live on pay-per-view for $9.99 on Peacock. Like, get your
Also,
money's worth.
again, I'm just so sick of Logan Paul and Dominic Mysterio winning. Oh
I
God.
love
Like
them both.
they both did it again at Mania and SummerSlam. What the hell?
Good for them,
Listen, I
bro. They
respect
deserve it.
Dom. I respect
I
Dom.
respect Dom
To,
more than Logan, just because he's he's
Dollar.
he's not like
Dom's got
celeb
game.
turn.
Yeah, Dom's also got game.
Dom's an OG, bro. Like he really is. He's a fucking G. Like I just want to
Dom's a
dab Dom.
terrible
If I
son.
ever meet Dom
Dom's
and
a
I get like,
terrible son.
if I ever get to meet Dom and get like an autograph and shit opportunity, I'll be like, dude, part of the reason why I paid this for this is because I want to dab you up. Like I want to dab Dom.
The man
Hashtag
has
dab Dom.
the man's father is the greatest luchador of all time, and he's ungrateful.
was.
Yeah. Okay.
He was.
Okay. Let's talk about. I don't know if you guys watch this live or not.
Live on Monday Night Raw.
The,
That's how I used to play my wrestling
like
figures.
something we always kind of mention, like not knowing if it would ever really happen, but it did. Of Brock Lesnar returning. I feel like
Oh yeah.
I mentioned that, some odd months ago about I'd love it if it was against Seth and his faction now, because that'd be crazy to see, Braun Breaker and Bronson and Seth and with Paul right there too, after Seth wins the title, him just coming out. But to have him come out when Cena's just in the ring, I mean, talk about a shocker and just not something I expected, and lost part of my voice up because me and my brother we were almost scared looking at each other, hearing this fucking music and him marching down the road like, what?
Being the master analyst and wrestling nerd I am, I also want to throw out there that Cody is now the WWE champion. As of Cody winning the title, it is no longer going to be referenced as the Undisputed Championship. He is now back to being called the WWE champion. And I've read that on reports and stuff. It ain't like I got this out of nowhere, but like from what I understand, it's that. But yeah, I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, we've unlocked Super Cody at this point. He was already a great baby face, but now he's Super Cody, like Super.
I do like Cody. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I
like Cody
love him
too.
like I do John Cena or someone, but I would say like, dude, I do cheer for him in most matches. Would I like to see like Kevin Owens get his first WWE title and then Cody get it back? Yeah. But, Cody's been a good champion. I will say he shows up, gets the job done.
I would have loved that too. That would have been dope. The fact that was the original plan, the KO being the Rock's champ, like that would have shocked me. Like that would have been awesome.
Do you know why Cody had to get it back though? Because Roman even said, I'm coming. Like I think when they teamed up at Bad Blood, he's like, I'm teaming with you at Bad Blood, but I'm coming back for that title eventually. We're going to get Roman Cody at some point again. And I'm telling you right now that Cody had to get it back because Roman and Cody have unfinished business. And
they're 1-1.
Man,
singles action.
I only wish that Roman Reigns was in his legendary title reign still. So that way we could run it through the retirement tour, all that. I mean, dude, his legendary title reign was already, I think, 1,316 days. That reign is legendary. Imagine adding like the fact that he was Cena's last opponent ever, and that's on that reign. Like, bro, but yeah, I do like Cody a lot. I cheer for him during matches. I do like him. Not as much as I love. Not much. Not. I love Logan Paul. Don't get me wrong. I love Dom. I love the heels. Dude, Logan Paul. I love him too because not just because of his wrestling, but kind of like a John Cena thing. I like him, Logan Paul, outside of it. I love the fact that he's come up with many businesses, successful businesses, a great podcast that I'm actually a fan of and watch. And Logan Paul doesn't even need wrestling to be a millionaire, a future billionaire, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I like Logan not just for what I see in WWE, but I like what he does outside. That dude has made sure money will never be an issue. His kid, we're gonna grow up being fly as hell, bro. Like, dude, he's taken care of for life for all the businesses and wrestling and everything, bro. I like Logan because of what he does outside the business too. He's smart. I like that about him.
I don't
And
like that
music,
we have the same
music.
birthday. I hate it.
You and Logan Paul?
Me and Logan Paul have the same birthday, yes. And
Bro,
so
that's
does
cooler
Randy
than
Orton.
sharing with Betty White like me.
Now, what's even weirder is that, so Logan, of course, is the older brother to Jake. My,
Yeet.
my younger brother is has the same birthday as Jake, and we're the same amount apart age wise as both of them, which I thought
like
was
years and
insane.
months because it's the
Yes,
same
we're the same.
days. But like,
Like, yeah, the same amount of Logan's older than Jake is me older than my brother.
just
We were just born in different
just
years, and
yeah, like just a few years separated. Yeah.
yes.
Well, dude,
So
it's
that's
like
crazy. But
what?
we both share the
Hey,
same birthday, which is insane.
Logan will even tell you he's a part timer. So, with Logan Paul being honest about who he is, he's not pulling a rock and saying in 2011 or 2012, I'm back and I'm never leaving again. And after Mania, what he do? He left again. Like, bro, Logan Paul's telling you, I'm not a full timer. I'm a part timer, and I don't care. Like, bro, he's being real with you. You're getting like the real deal with him. Like, he ain't pulling no rock bullshit. I like that. Like, he's not sitting there saying you're gonna see Logan Paul every week and then show up 8 times a year. No, Logan's telling you straight up, I'm gonna do what I want. I'll be there when I want. If you really want to see Logan Paul that bad, you can watch Impulsive. You can watch his channel. You can get him in other places. That's what John Cena said about his retirement one time. He's like, just know that if you don't see me in the ring, he's like, if you're a real fan of mine, he's like, you can still see me in movies and shows. He's like, I'm not leaving you. I'm just going over here. So I get that. And that's what Logan's
We
doing. You're a fan of him and you want to see him more, watch his show. It's very good.
we mentioned of course, just we all know just Brock's return in general was shocking, and just because of that we didn't know if it ever happened or not, and just with everything going on. But anyway, last question I was going to ask was pretty much where do you guys want to see Brock go from here? Like whether that's babyface or heel, or just knowing that he's back. Like I said, we all know it's shocking, but what do you guys want to see from him?
From
After
who?
Cena, he needs to go with Gunther.
Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
After
Mm.
Cena, I think he needs to do something with Gunther. After that, I guess
Brock
however,
with
whatever.
Gunther?
Yeah, I need to. No, I need to see that match.
Yes, me too. It's one of those things like
Like
it almost
for
could have happened
it's
like a couple of years ago. It
and then
almost could happen a couple
for
of
a
years ago.
while, and then it started to seem like it would never happen.
Yeah,
And then
I
now that
am
it's
very
here,
much
I
looking
think we
forward.
don't. I feel like you can't miss that opportunity now that it's there.
Yeah,
So,
you can't miss.
dude, it makes sense. They hinted it. SummerSlam, Minneapolis next year, 2 nights, and then Brock returns. I'm not gonna act like I'm not even gonna act like I thought this up. Of course I see other people's opinions and rumors and bullshit. And one thing floating around is Brock will be doing his retirement match there. Now,
I mean, that would make sense.
if you think about it, Brock, Cena, a lot of these guys are around the same age. Uh, I heard that Cena also wanted Brock in the feud in his last year, so that's why they're doing that. And depending on how good that goes, with everything else involved, we can see more Brock. I'm hoping we do. I hope he comes back for Rumble and Mania. But um,
Imagine that. Who would Brock Lesnar face in his retirement match in Minneapolis for SummerSlam?
don't know. Cena be gone, so that won't
I could
even be an
imagine
option. AJ Styles
you
might
know,
be gone too, so who knows?
I could imagine it being Gunter and maybe even being a championship match. Like I don't
Mm,
know, like that just sounds like something like maybe that's their it's
it's
not their first
believable.
match, but yeah, it's like something like that. I'm just saying you like that match, something big like Brock will more than likely main event one or two, but or night one or two. So it's just like whoever you put in there, they gotta just. I just think they have to be a right opponent for Brock, and if
Dude, I want to see
I wouldn't
if
mind
it's
if they waited for that. Like, even though it's a year from now, if they like built your anticipation, had Brock do these feuds and everything going on. Because one thing I was gonna, we'll talk about this after we're done talking about his retirement match. But of course, there's still the elephant in the room of Paul Heyman being with Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar being back, and just the history between them, you just can't ignore. But anyway, yeah. So for that'd be crazy. Just Brock's last match in Minneapolis for
I know.
SummerSlam. That would be.
I want to see him. I want to see him face off with a bunch of newer stars, and I think that's kind of the only option now that Cena is going to be out of the picture. I do like Cena versus Brock Lesnar matches. I love them.
Yeah.
I don't know what. See, that's the thing. Everybody always complained, oh, we see Cena and Orton too many times. Bro, Cena and Orton is a timeless feud. And even in 2025, they ran it back. Like, you want to talk about, oh, well, I liked Rock and Austin. Bro, they faced each other all the time. Even at
Could you
live show
imagine?
events. And who cares? Like, if you get to see an Orton Cena match, I remember I went to a WWE live event and I saw a Cena Orton match. And it was in Cincinnati, and it's for the world title at a live event. Now, I did boo Cena that night. Then about the next year, I really started to like that guy started to be my hero, and he's been my hero. I really wonder who's going to win that. I would like to say Cena, and that be like WWE's way of letting Brock know like you're not going to come back and get a victory over him and his retirement tour, unless Cena wants it. I don't know, but that could be Cena giving back too. That, I mean, to me, that win is just as high up there with ending the streak, beating Cena on his retirement tour. There's also like beating Undertaker at Mania. There's so many other accolades you could pinpoint that with. So yeah, but god dang, I can't wait to see.
Could you imagine a feud? Yeah, could you imagine a feud in 2025, 2026, whatever, between freaking Brock Lesnar and CM Punk?
I
Just
want to
to
see
see
it.
what that look like. That's just crazy to think about. The fact that we can, have the opportunity to get that's what's the most. Me and my brother both said it, like as soon after the return, we're like, bro, Brock coming back shakes up everything. It's like all these matches we could, possibly have, and it's just like
at first you don't think it was too different, but then you start realizing, obviously Cena, Randy's healthy, all these young guys, Braun Breaker, so many. So
who
funny
wants to
thing,
get in there with him too. There's people who want to get in there with Brock.
you know what's funny? When like probably around like Xbox 360 days, when I got into WWE games online, I was always CM Punk. And it's not even because he left WWE. That has nothing to do with it. I remember I was like at my ex-girlfriend's house and watching Mania, and I saw the streak in. And from that night on, I was no one online WWE games other than Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't play WWE games unless I couldn't be Brock Lesnar. And my brother and shit would hate me. They're like, it ain't fair. You're Brock Lesnar all the time. Dude, I was pretty fucking good online. I knew Brock Lesnar like the back of my hand. I won so many online games with Brock. Dude, Brock was my go-to. And like if my brother tried to get to Brock before me, he knew he had to back out and pick someone else. Like I haven't played the new WWE games where Brock's not on it. But I'll tell you, by the time I do get around to playing WWE games online, maybe even by the next one, who knows? Brock will probably be on it, and then I'll be being Brock again. But I haven't played it, so I can't say who I'd be now that Brock's not on it. Probably Roman, but no, I've been Brock ever since he beat the streak.
All right. So, is there any last thoughts before I take this out?
I do want to apologize to you guys and everyone watching. We did do the SummerSlam predictions episode last week. Me, Eddie, and Ty. I think Austin was vacant from the show, but we did like an hour and 32-minute episode, and I put a lot of work in on my part in the editing, and it just didn't happen. We couldn't get the video made, so I'm really sorry to you guys because I hope I didn't waste your time an hour and a half with me and there's no results from it. But yeah, I just want to point out we did make content last week, but due to
Yeah,
an editing error, which we're
yeah,
still working
trust me,
on.
Joey. And even if say this doesn't go up, it's like anytime we get a chance to talk and just practice this every week, it's never a waste. We always just get better. And honestly, I wouldn't care if we got better or not. And even like I do this shit for free. I talk about wrestling for hours for free. So it's kind of, but I think that's a good way we could take it out here. This has been a SummerSlam episode. We have been the RPD crew or faction, whatever we're going to call ourselves. He has been our ring general, Eddie Wade. He has been Mr. Fantastic, in the words of Austin Michaels, Joey Hudson. I am Mr. RPD, or call your shot holder. And this has been the RPD podcast. And of course, happy wrestling.